The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tiger Technician Hour with your host, Basil Chapman. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Now, Basil Chapman.
Good morning, everyone. Basil Chapman here on this Monday the 22nd of December. Just about to wrap up. Next week, Tuesday, I think we wrap it up. And we're looking at the Dow up 105 at this point, 48,240. It's kind of struggling the last few days. See these long wicks, a couple of Chapman Roman candles. We have gone above Friday's high, but now we're a little bit lower. I'm going to watch this closely because this has become very selective in the last couple of days, and especially going into next week. We've got some of those that have been reincarnated after taking a huge dive, some of them down 35, 55% in the last month, and now they're trying to come back. So I'm watching this very closely. We're looking at the Dow up 102. The S&P. The S&P at this point is up 28 at 68, 68.63, gapped up. I hope it holds that. And remember, this is the rectangle that we're looking at. So we could actually be in the rectangle formation for a week or so, maybe even going to a nominal new high. I'm not anticipating huge breakouts to the upside right at this particular moment. I think we are going towards the previous highs, and then we're going to see, because it's very selective right now. Look, the QQQ, so the S&P is at 68. 64, 9-period moving average strong. MACD is weak, needs to cross positive. Stochastic's very weak at 35% in the daily S&P. On balance, volume is good, and the 9-period moving average crossed over positively on Friday. So, and the weekly chart still remains pretty solid. It's starting to stall at that previous high, and that high was at 69.20. Let's see what the QQQ is doing. The Q's right now trading up 2.77 at 619.75. So they've been kind of the laggards in many ways. Funny, because some of them were leaders going right up into that early, I think it must have been, was it the October high, I think 29th high? Yeah, October 29th is 637.01. And since then, they've been performing individually well. Certain stocks, I mean, some of them are really moving to the upside. Others are just kind of stalling. So in this particular instance, I'm watching the cues for clues into January, maybe the third week of January. How they act over the next week is going to give me, I think, quite a lot of information. IWM, Russell 2000, up 3 points at 253.76 at the high of the day. I like this. I hope it goes to 258.21 to start a leg C in the daily chart, and that'll extend the weekly chart, and that'll make the leg B in the monthly chart really nice. Key support now is in the I'd say 251 to 250 area. If there's any sudden pullback, let's go to the, now I want to go to gold. All-time high. I mean, this is amazing. And look, the 9-period moving average, even after the move, the crossover right there, that was on the 11th of November. It went, from that moment, it pushed, and then it started and gave me an inside track repellent zone. We went and broke that to the upside, going to a peak D, pulling back, peak A, B, C, D, and now this is a leg E at an all-time high. And what I'd said is, in this rectangle formation, how it handles the previous high. I just want to check because it gets smoothed out. Maybe it's not, yep, 4,434.60. What I'd said is, this goes away if we snap right through. That's going to be very positive. How the weekly closes above 4,434.60. Someone must have just jumped out of their chair and said, oh, wow, 44,000 is going to be very important. Certainly in the weekly chart, I got to check that. I was going to do that over the weekend. I thought, don't need to. 3569.5. Oh, 3569.7. Oh, my. This could be an alternate count. Look, that could be a gray A right there. It's not an instant restart, But a gray A, let me put that in, and I'll explain it in a moment. It's not Technical Friday, but I'll explain it. So what happens is, in the Chapman methodology, if you're underneath it like a peak D, and you're making peaks underneath that, then what you have to consider is that it isn't the confirmation of what I call a blue letter, meaning a buy mode, until it breaks above the previous high. Well, that's a gray A, but that E is absolutely an E, and that F that we're in right now. But what if there's no instant restart, but it has all the characteristics? What if this is an F/C? That says invariably you get some kind of a pullback at some point, right, in this particular candle, and then you pull back and you have one test of whatever the high is. So this is so far very positive. And look at this. This is the monthly chart. 9-period moving. We still hold our gold, physical gold contract. It's still just, we got it at 20, PHYS, and it's trading right. Where did I put that? Did I type it in? Yes, I typed it in. I should put it over here. PHYS, and that is trading at 33.74. We got it at 20. Oh, here's the same thing. So this becomes an F and this becomes a G, not necessarily an alternate count because of an instant restart, but an alternate count because it is so strong, it's gapped up, and it looks like it could still go higher. And after a G, you never get an E, so it has to be a parallel count called C. And that's the same thing in the weekly chart. So this is really strong. Most importantly, look, to get that 9-period moving average in the daily chart negative, you'd have to see a move down to the 3180. You'd have to break 32. To get that green to take the time and then pull back all the way to go pink underneath that 14-period moving average, go negative. Wow. And the MACD is strong. The relative strength is strong. Stochastics at 83%. That's good. But it would then go down to probably 76 or 68% or even lower. At this particular point, all you can say is, you tell me where you want to go because this looks very positive in the daily chart, weekly chart because of the breakout. That means that rectangle formation and the arch is out. It's more like an A. You didn't have an ABCD below the previous high. That's the physical gold. So this is just a breakout to the upside. And the stochastics at 89% in the weekly chart. Look at silver. Oh, and let me just do GDX. I had a question about GDX. Yeah, the GDX, leg E to the upside in the daily chart. Leg D in the weekly chart, and a G/C. I did put that in already in the weekly chart, in the monthly chart. This is great. Market vectors, gold miners, ETF. And this is nice because you've got a kind of a parallel move with the gold miners going together with the gold contract itself. Very nice. Now, I had a question over the weekend. What was the question? Oh, ASA. This is one that we don't have. We have core mining for the silver stock, but ASA is really it's an ASA is the Gold and Precious Metals Limited. It's almost like a fund because it has, I believe, 4 or 5 South African gold stocks. It's in leg D, and the question was, is it an all-time high? And the answer is yes, it's at an all-time high, 61. I'll be back in a moment. Basil Chapman, Dow's up 109, S&P's up 24. We'll be right back.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets. With updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Hi folks, we're back. So we're looking at, let me just get back out of the e-mini here. I just want to go because I had questions, so I want to go here. So this is very interesting for me because you've got ASA, which is, as I say, this South African, it's like a fund. And the most important aspect about it is that it has these South African, I believe most of these South African stocks. And it is, in its own way, it's just been a really nice barometer for me. We don't, once in a while we'll own it. We haven't owned it for a while. We have others. We have, as I say, a gold ETF or ETN, and we've got a silver stock. But this is just very interesting because it's breaking out in its all-time highs. So this is really a very good indication to say that money has been flowing into the gold stocks for some time. It's becoming mature, meaning that it is now, it's broken out above. It's the time that I'm looking at. It isn't like some of the AI stocks that had a huge move over a period of 2-3 months and then gave back a huge amount. This is a little different. This is given back, but it's given back in the sense that within the context of time, you've now become a lot more mature. Not you, but the stocks, of course. And therefore, you've raised the base of support. That's really what I'm saying. You've raised the base of support, and that's going to be key. We'll go more into it tomorrow. Now, I had a bunch of questions. I just want to go to them. Before I do that, high-grade copper down just a fraction. It's done very nicely. It's gone to leg D. Remember, D is what we expect in a buy mode, and that's what it's done. Second time after that instant restart right over there. I always make a yellow circle. That it means instant restart. Now what we're looking at is a leg D, but it's under the major peak D at around about 6.1, and that was earlier on. It was the summer. So I'm going to be watching copper very closely, because if copper can start to rally to really break out and go into the 560 level, it's at 449 right now, that's going to be very important market-wise. All right, here we go. Questions. Kavana, CV, NA. Kavana, Kavana, da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da. Oh, no, that's Havana. All right. So this is a D, monthly chart, leg D, capital on the way up. And I had a 1-to-1 left side, right side price time match. It's done that already. It's looking good. This to me looks like a breakout in the weekly chart. I'm going to call that an A because it is an A and an uppercase on the way up. So it goes A. Now, it went pink. Therefore, this technically should be a B. But because the technicals are mixed, I'm going to say, I just for the moment will call it E/B. My preference, thinking of it as a B, but I am going to put the E because it's a continuation pattern from that PD. So that is one thing that says the gap on a weekly basis is very unusual, but it is a gap. It's just purely coincidence that it's a weekly, but it came on a Monday instead of a Tuesday. But it's there. And that just says to me, I keep a note of it. Now let's do the daily. So this is an A. I can immediately put an up arrow. I don't have to look much more than that because that is the most recent low. You see, I'll do this live. So here's your leg A, and it pulls back, so it makes a peak A. But wait a minute. Under that top that was made, there's another A. So I'm not going to change the color. I usually make that a gray A and a gray B. All right? That means that this becomes a C. There's the next peak. And that becomes nope, that's not a D. There's a D right at the 483-ish area. And now it's pulled back and it's weak today. It's down 650 at 443.89. That's another reason why after a gap like this, you've got to give it 2 to 3 sessions because what happens next is going to be very important. If there is a pullback in Kavana going into the beginning of January and we start to trade for 2 weeks underneath the 424.33 high that was made, that was the week of the 12th of December, that's going to be a problem because it could be a stalling formation, right? So at this particular time, if today's instead of down 5 3/4, if it was up 6 points, I'd say, wow, that is nice because it's making a cup formation. It didn't do that. So I'm looking at it as a stalling formation, right? Nothing wrong. The MACD is tilting down. The relative strength is tilting down. Stochastic's weak at 73%. The on-balance volume just dropped off. I don't know what. I've never seen a move like this on stock that's making new highs or recovery highs. I have, but not very often. Such a big move in the relative. There was no volume. Volume just gone. Now what's really important is that we're looking at this peak D with a little failed top that trying to retest. So I'm saying on a short-term basis, I wouldn't be short, but shorter term, I'm looking at this and I'm saying, I give it another day or so. If it closes at the low there, you remember this is also rotational. So you've got your favorite stocks that are really moving up very sharply, and you've got your other ones that just nothing's happening. This is the nothing's happening in the last week and a half. So just be careful, short term. Looking out, Kavana, this is Auto Vendor. It's fun to think of this as you go put in your coin and you get your car. It's really important that it gets to the 460 to 462 level anytime this week, and I would not like to see it break 435. That's the way I'm looking at it right now. Would I put money to work in Kavana right now? No. I'd have to wait. I need a little more evidence. If you're long, stay along from much lower down, stay long. That daily, weekly, monthly are all doing very nicely, but it might just go out of favor in the very short term. All right. So with that said, that's Kavana. Next one was QBTS. QBTS. QBTS is D-Wave Quantum. Not a bad day today. Only up 15%, up 415 at 30.95. I looked at this over the weekend and I thought, these are starting to move again. It's very nice. I love that. Okay, so leg D, it's going to probably hit resistance at the high of the 10th of November. That was at 31.60. Oh, it's almost there. If it closes above 31.60, this week, because of the power of this move, I'm going to say that if today's Monday, so Tuesday, and then we have a session Wednesday, then Friday. Anytime this week, if there is a close below 20, I'd like to say 29. It's at 30. Now, I have to say a little lower down. 28.64. 28.60. If there is a close under 28.60 anytime this week, it should start to stall. This will be a one-off, whoop, and now it's gone to leg D, and it's pulling back. The technicals are improving. 9-period moving average Friday went positive. I saw that over the weekend. I didn't think I would have got it. I wanted it, but it would have gapped up. I wouldn't have got it because we don't usually buy gaps unless there's a particular reason, and I wasn't sure that there would be because I didn't draw this in. But look at this trend line right here. Look at that. And it broke right above a falling axe formation. Beautiful. So this is very positive. So on the short-term A, this is leg B in the weekly chart. Technicals have a lot to do, but the 9-period moving average never went negative. So this is a big positive for D-Wave Quantum. QBTS trading at 30.84, up $4. Yeah, I like it very much. And as I say, on a very short-term basis, I'm doing this more by eye than anything else. 29.50. intraday today or tomorrow. If it doesn't take that out, but instead it moves into the 3130s, that is really good action. I'll be back in a moment. A lot of questions came up, and I'll get to them. Oracle was one, and what was the other one? Alcoa. I'll be right back. Dow is up 164.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Tiger Technicians Hour is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Hi, folks, we're back. We're looking at 196.74, 4.76 for Oracle. Oracle's just been a horrible laggard. It has just been 345.72 back in the summer, and then goes down to 170s just 4 sessions ago, and now it's at 196. So I know I thought about it, and I thought, is this a buy on Oracle? Just everything's so bad, and everyone's talking about it, and this huge big gap that he had that one day that was up billions and billions, and then it pulled back. I'm just going to say I'm going to avoid Oracle right now. There are just too many negatives. There are so many other stocks that are doing well. So I'm just going to say, I can't remember who asked about Oracle, but I'm giving it a miss. Oracle is it's too hard. There are easier things to do right now, easier plays. So Oracle needs to get to 2. It's at 196. Even if it gets to 203 or 204, that's not good enough. It has to get over 209. And in fact, it really has to get to 219. That's the 200-period exponential moving average. I might consider it then, but until it does that, I just think it's just too risky because it could be overnight news at any point, and you really don't want that. All right, next thing, so Oracle, I'm giving it a miss. Next one was Alcoa. So this is something I've been speaking about, I don't know for how long. We are long it. It's done fabulously. Even today, it's up 3%. It's at 52.88. So the question came in, I am long. Where can I add? So I'm going to suggest this. You see the breakout in the monthly chart? I had spoken about this forever. And then I said, if it could actually break that inside track, Chapman Wave inside track repellent zone and hold there for a month or two above it, not just once and then come back and test it, which so many symbols do. No, we want, and this is fantastic action. I've been talking about this for so long that the infrastructure plays, the real deep cyclicals like the General Motors and Alcoas. I mean, this is something we've been waiting for ages. We're long General Motors, we're long Alcoa. I like this. Now, where would you add? Look, just 3 sessions ago, it was at 48. And now it just hit 53.44. It looks a little overbought right now, but it looked a little overbought on Friday. All I'm going to say is this. I love the fact that the weekly chart has really started to move up in almost independent of all the other chart formations that match it in the symbols that I monitor. The way it broke out above and it went more than 1-to-1 from the one that I had measured, the measured move, the way it broke out above the high of the weekly chart, the week of the 29th of November, 47.77, and it's had 2 candles, weekly candles, 1 candle that went above, but 2 candles that so far have participated well above that. I like that very much. So now where would you get in? Now you realize, I mean, if Alcoa is going to give back just 3 days worth of action to the upside, that would mean that I would not be surprised if the general market is going to do that. I don't think Alcoa will do it just independent. So this is a tough one. All right, this is what I'm going to say. Ideally, what I'm looking at, because it's leg D, I can't say to you right now, even though it could ignore everything and just say, hey, I have no idea what the market's doing. I love what's going on. I'm independent. I'm going all the way to my high that was made back in January 2 years ago, 2023, at 57.61. Well, that's only 10% higher, but you can take a very quick 12 or 13% loss if you get in too early. So, Piquet, I'm going to just say, I agree with you. I would also like to add to that position. I should have done it for subscribers 3 sessions ago because it was doing so well. And we're along from the 43s. Here it is. It already hit 53. Man. Ideally between with a 3-point stop between 48.20 and 46.63. But 3-point stop, you've already given almost 2 points back with that between. Now, all I can say is I just have to wait. Let's look at it together. Hold off and just monitor it. I wouldn't want you to get in now at 52 and all of a sudden by the end of the week you're seeing selling come in to these because they've done so well, and then you can go from 52 back to 48, 47. That's just too big a risk. I'd rather risk upside action. What did Dave White always used to say? Better to be out wishing you were in than in wishing you were out. In this particular instance, you're in, you wish you had more. That's a nice thing to have. Just leave it that way. We'll get in sometime very soon. Because I think that I didn't like the fact that we were so strong early on in the morning. Just kind of makes me nervous. But it's like, remember, I think it was Wednesday that I said it's one of the most important sessions was Wednesday or Thursday, because I want you to see, I think it was Wednesday. I want you to see what held any big moves to the upside and what failed. And that gave us a really good clue as to what was going to happen for the rest of the week. Next thing, KTOS, very familiar symbol. I didn't even look at what it is. But do I recognize what it is? It is, can I read it even? Too far away. Kratos, Defense and Security. All right. So KTOS is a symbol at 80.16. It's up 477. It's leg D in the daily. I haven't done the weekly, but it's got the same pattern that we've seen in so many that made a fantastic November high. This was October, the week of the 10th. It goes to 112.57. Then has a little bit of a pullback. All right, comes down to 64.80. I would say that 112 to 64. 42 or something percent. That is a big percentage. But now look, the 9-period moving average never went negative. Everything's looking pretty cool, right? So as I see it right at this particular point, I like it very much. It's in this whole defense and security area. It's got a big spike to the upside. So, okay, Jason, what I would do is this. I don't think that weekly green 9-period moving average is going to turn pink just yet. But I would like to see it close into somewhere in this gap. And the gap is, the high of the gap is on the 5th of November, 82.50. Previous date was just tootling along very merrily at 86.82 was the low. So you got 86 to 82. You got about a 4-point gap. If it can get into the gap, that is going to be really important. How it gets into the gap is even more important because the 9-period today just went back to positive. The MACD is positive. Stochastic is terrible at 35%. On balance volume is not bad. So, yes, hold on a second. When I get back, I'll give you the numbers that I'm looking at, but I do think it's a positive. I must draw this pattern in. I'll be back in a moment.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019. finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn. And he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Yeah, so we're looking at KTOS, is Kratos Defense and Security. I remember the name from a long time ago. It's doing very nicely today. This is a tough market in the sense that the weekly chart, you see this weekly chart, see how sharply it pulled back, what did I say, from the 112-ish area, when it was exactly 112.57 back on the 10th of October to, 112 to 64.80. Man, that's a big, but look what's happened. The 9-period moving average held. So I'm going to suggest that this is actually looking pretty decent. Now, here's the way I would do it. I would right here at 80.41, absolutely not ideal, but it's ideal in the sense that that weekly chart has started a leg B. It's curving over. The 9-period moving average is still very strong. I'm a little upset that the stochastic is flat at 27%. If it had expanded a little bit to 33, I'd be happy. Start a very small position right here at 80.41. Why? Because the way that it's leaped from the Friday good candle to another good candle tells me that there should be buyers in the 78s, if it pulls back to 78. If there is, it could get to this uptrend line, because this could turn out to be an inverted Chapman falling axe formation, and that means that you could fall and break down, arch over. But I love the way we're making higher highs, and this is important. So, this is what I'm going to say. Start a very small position. Just you want your foot in the door because it's acting pretty darn well over the last 2 days. 2 days is not good enough, but it's the weekly chart that's acting really well. So that's what I want you to do. Looking at the bigger picture, how it can get into over the next 2 months, how it can get, if it is even possible, to get into this ugly candle of the week of the 7th of November. If it can close above 82 round number high, and it had a 69 round number low. If it can close above 82 on a weekly basis, wow, that's what you really want. So it's at 80.53 right now. It hasn't got far to go because that allows it to go into that gap. And that's going to be, so why don't we do this? Start a little nibble right here at 80.53, get your foot in the door. Because it's a starter position, I'd have a 3-point stop. But if it can move above today's high of 80, if it can go to 80, if it just tags 81, you could raise that stop immediately. All right? Okay, good. And it's in the defense and security area. The defense is doing well. So let me just, a question came in. Where was it? Okay. They're not there. Oh, was it email? Kratos is unmanned vehicles, weapons, and space infrastructure. Yeah, the trouble is some of these sounded so great, but boy, did they tank on the recent pullback. So you've got to just do it step by step as we're discussing it right now. Could we look at... on Friday you mentioned Rocket Labs. Okay, so Rocket Lab. Okay, trading right now. It's a 75.64. It's up $5. So we've been long since the 48s, and this is I spoke about it. I said this is an area that just seems to me to be coming back again. Aerospace manufacturer, end-to-end solutions. And here it is at an all-time high today. The previous all-time high was 73.79. That was back, I think, October. Pulls back to 37. I mean, 50% decline. Whoosh, just like that, right? And then it comes all the way back. I like this very much. We actually added to a position, and we just got stopped out for the tiniest percentage loss. It was so upsetting. Now look at it today. I'm not complaining. We're in it. We're looking good. But yeah, this is only a leg C. I suspect it's going to go to a leg D. It's also telling me that that monthly chart has gone to a leg D. So I have to be very careful. I have three things I want you to discuss. I'll do it right now. So let's just imagine that this was there. So you see this weekly chart. Now the question is, when the 9-period moving average, I've done webinars on this for subscribers. If you want to become a subscriber, you've got this discount coming up with Tiger Dollars running out. Man, this is a perfect time. We've had such good positions this year. Really nice. What I'm going to say is when the 9-period moving average pulls back like this and the green, it's still green and the price is still pulling back, and then it allows it to be like a spring, and it just rips to the upside like a trampoline. And that's exactly what this did. So let me just go back to Kratos. Kratos is KTOS. And I'll tell you what my concern was and how it has to be resolved. You see the weekly chart? See how it pulled back with the 9-period moving average? But you see it's moving sideways instead of that V or deep cup-shaped pattern that we saw in Rocket Lab. So that's a little different. That's why I'm saying there are a couple of things it needs to do to succeed in treating this as a springboard rather than just really good, nice action. It should go into the middle of that candle. I'm talking about getting into the 93 area, and it's at 80.31. And that means it needs to move and needs to move decisively into the gap and then treat the gap as if it's nothing. It's resolved whatever that gap scare was, and it's moving to the upside. So let's go back to what we were looking at, Rocket Lab. So it's pulling back from the high today of 77.09. It's still up 5. Now it's up, up 5 at 75. I got a feeling that this is going to pull back a little bit. If you're interested in getting back in, I'll be doing some work. And then for my newsletter, a pity. It was way down there when we were trying to get in and just barely started. We'll get back. So, but this is what I want you to talk about. Let me open this up. This is the weekly weekly chart. Look, you see, I didn't even have a chance to draw this in because it was so quick. Did I draw? No, I didn't. Okay. Wow, isn't that unusual? Usually I've drawn these all in. I would have drawn this. I couldn't have used the right side number of bars. I would have had to go to this particular doji candle right here. So let's just see if that would have worked. Why didn't I do that? 73.97 high, and I'm going to this doji candle right here. Let me just double check. Is that correct? No, it's not correct. Yes, it is. I drew it lopsided. There it is. There you are. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on that, and I'm going to go click, and we go click to the right. So this becomes pink because on the way down, number of bars down, equals number of bars up, but not at the exact low, and it does it in one. It's a daily chart, a day early. It did it today instead of tomorrow. And would I have done that correctly with the Chapman Wave inside wedge? Yep, from the penultimate trough, you go to the measured move, and there it is. Very nice. And you've got your cut. Why didn't I do that before? Well, can't complain. We've got the stock. But wow, that was a nice little analysis. I'll be back in a moment. Dow's up 222, S&P's up 30. Basil Chapman, Tiger Conditions Hour.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
So folks, we're looking at Rocket Lab. So the gap up today, the low is 72.80. I think it could go into the 72s. And then maybe start a leg D to the upside. This is all news related. They had a huge win in terms of getting contracts. So I like this very much, all-time high. Now this cup formation, I'll spend a little more time tomorrow talking about this cup formation because it's like a V-shaped pattern and gone to a new all-time high. It happens to be also recovery. That was the most important thing. So this is very nice and it should go to a D. It's still looking very good. Another question came in just as we were about to wrap it up. Where did it go? Where did it go? Where did it go? Yes, not that. Oh, yes, Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is attempting to make some kind of a bottom. I don't think it's ready yet, but there could be a bit of a bounce. It's at 89,635. If it for 2 out of 3 sessions, if it can close above this arch of 94,950, that'll be very good. That'll say, aha, finally it can get back into the 97,000 area. But it has to do it pretty soon, and it definitely mustn't break 87,000 as key support. So with that said, we're going to hand you over to Steve Rhodes. Don't forget my service opening call, daily news there. We've got some very nice positions right now. And I'd love to have you as a subscriber. But in the meantime, back at the ranch, what we're looking at is the day is young. The 10-20 time came, and there was some buying, but there was some selling. So if by this 1 o'clock to 1:30 this afternoon, if the Dow, which is now up 205, not as strong as the others, but if it is able to hold above 220, going into 130 to 2, all of a sudden you'll find new buyers coming in. If it starts to weaken, you'll see some selling towards the end of the day. I think it has to do with how the market holds going into that 130 time frame. If it holds well, you'll probably find more buying coming into the close. Have a wonderful day. Check out my opening call newsletter, and I will see you tomorrow. Stay tuned for Steve. Great program.